Good evening to one and all. A warm welcome to 71st International Workshop on Critical Thinking in Educational Research under Golden Jubilee Year of NEHU, May 2022 to May 2023 International Workshop Series, a series of 100 programs every Friday 5 to 7 p.m. Research and publication for happiness and development. Jointly organized by Internal Quality Assurance Cell, IQAC, Northeastern Hill University, NEHU, Shillong, Meghalaya, and Indian Society for Training and Development, ISTD, Shillong Chapter, Shillong, Meghalaya, in collaboration with the Department of Philosophy and IQAC Moran College, affiliated to Dibrugarh University and Department of Philosophy, Sri Venkateswara University, Tirupati, Andhra Pradesh. A warm welcome to today's keynote speaker, my guru and collaborator, Professor P. Chennaiya Sir, Department of Philosophy, Sri Venkateswara University. Professor Prabhasankar Sukla Sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, NEHU, Shillong. Professor Raja Reddy Sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sri Venkateswara University. Professor S. Dikshit Sir, Director and Registrar in charge, Northeastern Hill University. Yesterday only Sir took charge as a Registrar, NEHU, Shillong. Professor Mithali Kawamam, Principal, Moran College. Dr. Srutasini Gogoi Madam, Head Department of Philosophy, Workshop Coordinator, IQAC Coordinator. Professor B.S. Mipun Sir, Chairman, ISTD Shillong Chapter, and noble participants. A warm welcome to one and all. Teachers, researchers, policymakers, scholars, students, one and all. Critical thinking in educational research. So it is our duty to think differently, divergently, logically, critically. There are n number of ways are there, n number of the ways to think. Divergent thinking, convergent thinking, parallel thinking, 360 thinking, critical thinking, logical thinking, rational. So n number of ways. So maybe a situation is same, but the ways to think rightly at right time, at right purpose, at right place. There are a number of factors affecting for thinking. A person with his previous past experience, previous knowledge, because of criminal backgrounds, he may think differently. A person is coming from a good family, he or she can think differently. So Professor Chennai sir is going to deliver extraordinary keynote address on the critical thinking related philosophers. Along with you, I am also eagerly waiting to listen to Professor Chennai sir. We are going to start our program as usual with the Vande Mataram. Once again, a warm welcome to one and all.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sukhalam, Malayaj Sheetalam, Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Shubhrajyotsna Pulakitayamini, Pullakusumita Drumadara Shobhini, Suhasini Sumadhura Bhashini, Sukhadam Varadam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram.
Thank you. I am requesting Professor Chennai sir to deliver keynote address. Over to you, sir.
Respectable coordinator, Dr. Amaresh sir, who is the organizer for the program, and all the participants of the program. So today I'm going to share research aspects relating with one ancient great philosopher, Adi Shankara. So Adi Shankara is a great philosopher. He born in 700 AD and he died in 750. He born in Kaladi, Kerala. He died in Kedarnath. So he visited many parts of the country. So sources said he lived maybe 32 years, but he's a excellent philosopher, yogi, mystic, so enlightened person. He said about many things about the human being life. He has written many books, Advaita, so Brahma Sutras, Bhajagovindam. So he said about enlightenment or a self-realization or a mukti or moksha in a 4 lines in a beautiful poem in Bhajagovindam. Satsangatve nissangatvam, nissangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatvam nichala tattvam, nichala tattve jivan mukti. So here, satsangatve nissangatvam. What do you mean by satsangatve? Sat is said. So Adi Shankara said, if you want to know about your life, who are you? You are not your body. You are a soul. Your body is a combination of earth, sky, water, air, fire. It is coming from the nature. It is a dream. It is a false. It is a temporary. Your soul is a eternity. It is a permanent. So he said, Sat means here he said Satchidananda. Soul is a Satchidananda. Sat means existence. Existence means it is a eternal. It is a permanent. It has no birth. It has no death. It was there before your birth. It will be there after your death. It is there in the present life. It is a moving in the universe with the changing of forms and bodies with the direction of the law of action, which is a supreme law in the universe. So it is a moving. It is a changing bodies and forms. So that is called Sat. So here the soul has the quality of Chit. It is called consciousness. So what do you mean by consciousness? It is awareness. Awareness is knowing without any judgment. It knows exactly what it is without knowing any judgmental affairs. So here Chit means awareness, alertness, observation, witness, watchfulness. So knowing, this is the quality of Chit. Ananda means bliss. That is a total silent place. That is a free from time, past, present and future. That is a free from all types of impurities, all types of turmoils, all types of disturbances. It is free from all mental images. So here, the soul is a Satchidananda, Sat. So here, in Bhajagovindam, Satsangatve Nissangatvam. So what do you mean by Sat here? Sat is a existence, Sat is a consciousness, Sat is a bliss. It has a quality of awareness. It is awareing of human being 3 levels of states. One is a waking state, another is a dreaming state, another is a sleeping state. The soul is watching body. In the body has the quality of waking, dreaming, sleeping. So here soul functions very carefully about the life. In the active life, wherever we are, whatever the thing we are doing, it is coming very near, it is a watching. So satsangatve nisangatvam. If you know about your pure soul, it is free from images, desires, ambitions, attachments, memories, experiences, all images. It is free from all the things. It is just like a pure mirror like mind. It is just like a summer sky without having any clouds. It is a clean state. It is a purity. It is a egolessness. So that state, if you know, Sasangatve Nisangatvam, you will get a total freedom. If you are free from your mind, if you are free from your mind memory and attachments, you will get a psychological freedom. Sasangatve Nisangatvam, Nisangatve Nirmohatvam. When you got freedom, you are free from attachments. You are free from attractions. You will be getting more freedom from desires, ambitions, attachments. Sasangatve nirsangatvam, nisangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatvam nichalata. When you are free from desire, attachment, possessiveness, the fluctuations of the mind, nirmohatvam nichalatattvam. So when you are free from all mental fluctuations, you will get a total tranquility. Nichala Tatve Jivan Mukti. So here self-realization is nothing but a realization of tranquil state within your mind. When you are free from all impurities, when you are so silent, so tranquil, peaceful, free from all memories, that is a state of soul. So here he said, know your soul, know your consciousness. You will free from all attractions, attachments, problems, evils, all the types of things. So knowing your true nature. So here Adi Shankara is telling what is the nature of soul. So that is a true nature of human being. By born, human being is a emptiness. Emptiness means free from mind. Egolessness, free from memory. It is a purity. By birth, human being born with just like a clean state, just like a white paper, in his mind, relating with the memory department, relating with the pictures, sounds, smells, taste, touches. All 5 issues are recorded in the department of memory. That department of memory plate is very pure by birth. That is the actual state of enlightenment. Mahamudra, Nirvana, Samadhi, Moksha, Tao. So that is your true nature. By born, you are a enlightened person. You have no any impurities. After coming to the life, you got more impurities. You got experience with the world. You have borrowed pictures, sounds, smells, tastes, touches, all the things in the world. You have no purity. So all our experiences will create thoughts. The thoughts are creating problems in the world. That's why know your true nature. Your true nature is a purity. It is just like a white paper. It has no any contamination. But you got by birth purity. That is a actual state of samadhi. But you have forgotten. Now you have to remember your true state. So by birth you are purity. You are not achieving something in the external world. You are not asking this realization from somebody. Nobody can give you enlightenment. That is there in our brain cells. You are the only responsible person. You can recognize your true nature. That's why. So the great philosophies are telling neither scriptures can help nor statues can help. Only realization will come when you go inside. If you see, if you observe your true nature of your content of consciousness, the impurities in the mind, through watching, you have to purify your mind. That is the actual state. So here Adi Shankara is telling, don't be proud of wealth, the people, relations, friends at youth. All these are snatched by the time in the blink of an eye. Give up this illusory world, know and attain the supreme. So you have many relations in the world, but in the process of time, the time will snatch. The time will take all relations. So your body will disappear, your relations will disappear. So your soul is a permanent, that is a eternal, that is a consciousness. You know that, then you may be very happy. In the life, if you are not knowing about your true sense, you may get unhappiness. So here, the world like a dream, full of attachments, aversions, seems real until the awakening. So here he's telling the external world, the nature world is the appearance, it is a useful. So it is a useful for your body, that is a useful for knowing your true sense, but that is not a reality. Reality can be experienced only with the eye of understanding, not just by a scholar. So you have to see. He's telling, so here, knowing that I am a different from the body. So the body is a vehicle. I can use this body for the realization of soul. How one get a realization, how one get the actual state of self. So he has given two aspects in his philosophy. One is a soul, that is called Atma. Another is a Paramatma or a Brahman. So here, individual soul. He has given two beautiful coins simultaneously. He used two aspects. One is a jiva, so human being, living jiva, human being. A jiva is one who is a living with the ego, with the memory, with attachment, with aversions, with all types of bondages. So a jiva is one who has a ego, who has attachment in the world. Another concept is called Ishvara, Jiva and Ishvara. Ishvara is a free from ego. A person free from ego, free from mind memory, free from all mental impressions is a no-mind person. So the no-mind state of a person is called Ishvara. So when you are a human being, you are with the ego, attachments and everything. If you are getting freedom from your ego through meditation, you are becoming Ishvara. So he used the concepts Jiva and Ishvara. Another, he said Atma and Brahman. So here, the individual soul in the body. If you know about your body through awareness, through observation, you can know about your true state. So he said, what is the quality of the your soul? Your soul has eternity. That is called existence. Your soul has a quality of consciousness. It has an inherent quality of knowing. So the soul has the quality of a consciousness. That consciousness is giving intuition. So here soul sensing, soul intuition. So that is the actual. So it has lived with the different bodies in the universe. It has a great experiences. That's why without knowing any external knowledge relating to the world, information for external world. So that is the quality of intuition. So if you are free from all mental images, you will get more freedom. So how you get realization? So Atma and Brahma. So if you are a Atma, you are a self. You have ego, you have a mind. If you free from your mind, you will become Brahman. So here there is no separate beings, Atma and Brahma, Ishvara and Jiva and Ishvara, Atma and Brahma, Atman and Brahman, Atma and Brahma, Jiva and Ishvara. Jiva is a living being with ego. Ishvara is a person without having any ego. That is a transcendental state. That is called cosmic consciousness. So here Atma and Paramatma are a Brahma. So through awareness of your mind, through cleaning of your mind, so this attachment, this ego is creating divisions between Atma and Paramatma. If you are free from all memories, the inner space will become to outer space. The inner consciousness becomes outer consciousness. So there's no difference between inner consciousness and outer consciousness. So you are become a very cosmic person. How you get full awakening of the eventual ceases all the mental impressions of being and the ego. If you are free from all the things, you will get. Curb your senses and your mind. See the Lord within you. So you have to control your senses and free from that. So here in the life, you may purify your gold through furnace of the gold. In the same manner, if you want to know your soul, you have to purify your mind through your meditation. He's telling how to realize your soul. If you talk loudly, if you discuss more scriptures, that may be a scholarly one. But here, awareness, meditation is the only way to know about yourself. Here, knowing without any observation, seeing very clearly about yourself. So here he is telling meditation. What do you mean by meditation? So awareness in the mind, in the world, within and without, with the total attention, without giving any name or a language or a past experience, without judgment. If you observe this, this is a meditation. Means awareness without any judgment is meditation. So if you know about your inner sense with a true sense, with a purity, without having any judgment, evaluation, comparison, liking or disliking, without having any arguments of plurality, any thought conceptions, you will know about your true nature. So here Adi Shankara is telling, give up all your identifications with the body. So this body is a house, this is a divine one, this is a vehicle. Use this body for your life, but know about your true sense. If you know about your true sense, that is a beyond consciousness. That is the ultimate one. So here he is telling, truth is the first conviction that self is real and all other things are unreal. So Adi Shankara is telling, the body, the nature, they are temporary, they are flux, they are dream, they are illusory, they may appear, the tree is there. Today it appear one sense, tomorrow it may appear, after 1 year it may disappear. In the same manner, in the human being body, it may be in the childhood, it may be in the youth, it may be in the death state. It is a flux, it is a momentary, it is a constant moment. That's why the world is a momentary, illusory, it is a flexible. So there is no static thing. So your soul is a permanent thing. So your soul is a real. The external world, the external body is unreal. That's why you have to know about your true sense, which is real, which is a permanent, which is a eternal. So understand the nature. Don't cling with the external world. If you cling more with the external world, that is a problem for you. So here he is telling, the jiva living is endowed with the ego and his knowledge is limited, whereas Ishvara is without ego, is omniscient. So when a human being living in the world, is called, according to Adi Shankara, Jiva. A Jiva has a ego, a knowledge, and his knowledge is limited. So if he practices, if he has performed meditation spontaneously without any effort, he will become Ishvara. What is the quality of the Ishvara? So here Ishvara is uh, without ego. Ishvara is without ego. A person, so it is there in the two stages are there in the human being life only. So a human being has two stages in the life. One is a Jiva stage, another is a Ishvara stage. So when he was ignorant, he has the memory, content, egoistic outlook, full of attachment. That is the stage of Jiva. In the life, here itself, if he has performed, he watch constantly the thought process, he may free from ego. Immediately in the life, he will become Ishvara. The Jiva and Ishvara are in the present life. He will become Ishvara. Here in the Ishvara state, the human being is free from ego. He is a omniscient. So he knows many transcendental things. He may have extraordinary intuition capacity. That's why know about yourself. So here Ishvara stage is called self-realization state. That is a omniscient stage. So here the Shankara's philosophy we find remove the forms in the mind with meditation and pure space remain. That is a self-realization. That is called Atma Sakshatkaram. So you are not the body, you are the soul. Don't identify your body, but you the body for self-realization. Your body is a temple. It is a vehicle for you. It is a useful for you in the life to know about your pure sense. That's why take care of your body, but don't cling anything here in the body. So Adi Shankara's philosophy, mainly the existence in individual self or the soul, and the ultimate reality Brahman. So the realization of their indivisible reality, non-duality, Advaita. So here in the world, so all human beings have a individual consciousness, individual souls. The individual soul has ego. That stage is called Atma. That stage is called Jiva. If he is free from his ego, he becomes Brahma or Ishvara. So they are synonymous. So Atma and Jiva are synonymous, Brahma and Ishvara. So when you are pure at present life, you will become Ishvara or Brahma. If you have more attachment, more egoistic outlook, you are a Jiva, you are a Atma. In the Atma stage, if you have a ego, you may have more problems. You may not realize the cosmic consciousness. That's why how to realize your soul to attain Brahma or Ishvara from Atma and Jiva. Only the method is a meditation. Know your consciousness, watching, awareness, witness, observation, consciousness. Know your inner soul, inner consciousness, inner memory, and the outer world without having any judgment. So, through awareness of your body, world, you may know your true sense of Atma. If you free from your inner ego in the state of Atma or Jiva, you will become Brahma or Ishvara. So when you become Brahma or Ishvara, you will free from all impurities, all problems, all sufferings, all evils in the world. You will get more tranquility and happiness. So what is the advantage of realizing your soul? You will get more freedom from sorrow. You will get more happiness in the life. I concluded this speech, Amreshwar.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for your wonderful keynote address. Now I'm requesting noble participant to interact with Professor Chennai, sir. Over to the participants. Madam, Pawan, sir, and others. Anyone?
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, sir. Please
Namaste,
continue.
Pawan Kumar.
Okay, sir. Hello, sir.
Hmm.
That every thing or every anything that how can moving that emotionally or soulfully that our living life uh, universe, sir. How can moving? How can momentum? Everything, anything that.
So here Adi Shankara is telling, relating with the life. In the life, you have come this world with the result of consequence. So here we have a three aspects, three questions relating with life. Who is a human being? From where he has come from and where he is going to. So human being is a soul, is a consciousness, awareness, alertness, watchfulness, witness, observation, the nature of soul. It is there in the body. So from where the human being or the soul coming to the body, it is coming from inverse consciousness, means consciousness of a universe. What do you mean by universe? Universe means everything that exists. Here, Prakriti and Purusha, nature, all things are there in the universe. So human being has come from a universe consciousness. He is staying in the body. He may live again to the universe consciousness. So here, what is the function of soul in the world? The function of soul in the world is it is a traveling in the universe with the change of forms and bodies, doing the orders of the law of action, which is a supreme law. So here, Adi Shankara is telling, you are a soul. If you are in the body means you are by birth, you are a pure person, pure being, just like a pure mirror type, white paper, no impurity. Here you have accumulated all knowledge through your sense organs, eye, ear, nose, tongue, skin. You got information, memory, knowledge, experience through 5 gates. One gate, eye, ear, nose, tongue, skin. You accumulated knowledge through the form of pictures, sounds, smells, and tastes, and everything. So they are their mind. So you have to just like, so Adi Shankara and great mystics are telling, you are taking everyday bath for your physical health. You are wearing clothes which are clean for your body health. You are watching your teeth for body health. So you are cleaning your house for hygienity, for sanitation purpose. So you are cleaning for maintenance of your house, your body, your clothes, your surroundings, your office, your department, your life and everything. So here Adi Shankara is also telling, you have a soul. This soul has a clean mirror. All your luggage, all your information, knowledge is accumulated in the memory plate of the soul. So here he is telling, in the human being life, people are using various types of vehicles. So the four-wheeler has having a front glass, the lorry has having, the bus has having, the train has glasses in the engine side, the aeroplane has glasses. So the all cars are having glasses. So what is the function of the driver who is driving every car or bus or anything? First, he has to clean the mirror of the car. So he may keep all luggage in the inside the vehicle, in the bus or a train or a aeroplane. No problem. You can keep how much quantity of luggage you may keep in our vehicle. There is no problem. Here also in the human being, You have a brain, it has a extraordinary space for keeping memory in our brain cells, but just like a driver cleaning mirror before driving for the vehicle, you have to clean your inner mirror. Why the driver is cleaning the car mirror every day? If he sees clearly the traffic and everything, he may drive correctly. If you see any distorted pictures or illusions, hallucinations, he may commit accident. So the accident may be a great loss. In the same manner, in the human being life also, this human body is a vehicle. The human body vehicle glass is there within your soul chamber. You have to clean your inner mirror. How to clean your inner mirror? Here buses, lorries and cars and vehicles are using cloth and some oil and keeping some material for washing. Here you have a inner mirror that is not in the appearance point of view. It is not appearing in the externally. It is a deep inside in the brain cells, in the head. Nobody has the ability to clean your inner mirror. So it is not possible. You have to take your own manner. You have to watch. So the mirror cleaning process is watching without any attachment. You have to reveal all your memories. You have to maintain some space between your memories and yourself, your soul. Don't say positive or negative. Don't have any evaluation or a justification or a positive or a negative. With a clean, silent position, if you watch your inner memory, the memory will go to in the silent position in the house. We may keep some luggage which is in front of the house. We may keep this luggage in the separate almara or separate luggage place, not in front of the house. So here we have just like a vehicle, the front mirror is there. We have a inner clean mirror is there. So all our luggage, all our knowledge is going to the mirror. So if you drive any vehicle without cleaning mirror, what will happen? Many problems will happen. In the same manner, Adi Shankara is also telling, if you are not cleaning your inner mirror, so cleaning your inner mirror itself is a self-realization. So what is the gap between Jiva and Iswara? What is the gap between Atma and Brahman? If you clean your inner mirror, the Atma becomes Brahma. Jiva becomes Iswara. So who is creating a difference between Atma and Brahman? Only memory. That is a dust in our inner mirror. So clean your inner mirror. You see your life, what will happen. You will enjoy here in the world very happy manner. Amresh sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir,
Thank you. Wonderful
sir,
answer.
Sir, that is only, sir, the mechanism operating, sir, that is mechanism and that physical conditioning system. But I am telling you that,
So-
that animals is moving, that physiological moving, that emotion, how can satisfy emotional
See,
that's
this
why our universe, our world, everyone to satisfy them. That satisfying, no. So many songs.
so only two aspects. So this desires, ambitions, attachments, needs, these are clinging with the body. If you are clinging with the body, it is a changing nature. It is maybe a flux. It is a momentary. It is a dream. That's why Adi Shankara is telling, don't identify your body. If you are more desires, they are bondages, they are a problem, they are nothing but hell. That's why have a more freedom. So treat your body as a divine, use as a body for your vehicle, but understand all your emotions, live with a balanced manner, then you may get more freedom and happiness. Amresh sir.
Sir, okay, sir.
Thank
But our universe, that rainfall, cyclones, or the sun rising, these are all our balancing theory. That our human body mechanism is different. that maintaining no normative scientific physical systems. That's why so many philosophies born, sir. Our universe, that our control is there. That day to day sun rises, then a cyclone system, other tsunamis, earthquakes. These are all are how can generally that how can balancing them. That's why our human body system is
You have not
no
heard
function.
my talk. I said human being has come from universe consciousness. Universe consciousness included the galaxies, the sun, the moon, the stars, all galaxies, everything. That is a center of the universe consciousness. Human being has come from the universe consciousness. He is moving because all universe consciousness, the galaxies, the sun, the moon, the human being, the earth, planets are coming with the direction of law of action. That is called Dhamma, that is called Ratha, that is called Tao, that is called law of action, that is called cosmic law, that is called inverse law. So all people are moving with we are not different. We have connection with the stars, moon, galaxies, movements, nature, everything. We are interdependent. We have no isolation. We have connection with everything. All beings, all things are moving in the universe. So that's why if you know about your soul, you may understand the entire universe. That is the sense of Adi Shankara's philosophy. Amreswar.
Sir, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Anyone else? Emma Madam, Dr. Rai Subramaniam, sir, from SV University.
Hema Garu is available.
Yes, sir, available, but I think.
Okay, okay.
Thank you, Amareshwar. Good evening.
Sir,
And,
good evening, sir.
Chinnaya
Please,
also,
sir. Want to listen? Yes.
I
Sir, Human Rights and
satisfied.
Political Science Department,
Yes, yes.
Dr. Rai Subramaniam, sir.
Good evening to both of you, our keynote speaker, Professor Chinnaya Saru, and also Amareshwar.
Yes,
Both of you conducting very excellent programs. I'm fully satisfied with your lectures and also SAR's keynotes addresses every week. Thank you very much. I am observing all these things, but
you
there
asked,
is no questions.
Subramaniam Garu, you asked one question or something with a gentle manner and anything for
No,
sharing
sir.
something.
No, sir. From my side, there is no question because I am satisfied with your answers. Every week, I am observing very keen observation is there. From my side, there is no questions. Thank you for
very
your.
happy, very
I
happy
am,
to see the program. So for
sir,
your so here
sir.
so your sentence is relating with what Adi Shankara also telling.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So here satisfaction,
Sir.
contentment will
Yes, sir.
come when there is a clear understanding about your mind.
Yes,
When
yes,
you when you know about the status of your body, when you know
Yes, sir.
about your mind, you
Yes.
can know about your limitations, everything. If you
Yes,
know
sir.
about your limitations on the body, you
Yes.
may live with a balanced and a simple manner. So
Yes.
when you are satisfying with the small things,
Yes.
you may get more happiness.
Yes, sir.
If you expect something more,
Yes.
ambition,
Yes.
attachment, and everything,
Yes, sir.
sorrow will come. That's why
Yes, sir.
the actual soul stage, the Atma stage. So
Yes.
here Adi Shankara is telling Atma is a synonymous to Jiva, Atma or Jiva.
Yes.
So we are Jivas, we are Atmas, so human beings. If we have attachments, worries, desires, ambitions, greeds, so we are Atmas and we are human beings.
Yes.
We are Atma stage. So Atma means here mind with ego.
Yes, yes.
So here Jiva is ego, attachment, worries, all the things.
Yes.
After using meditation, after
Yes, sir.
using awareness, alertness, consciousness, witnessing, we may clean our inner mirror, just like a cleaning of a mirror of a vehicle by a driver,
Sir.
or cleaning our utensils in the house,
Yes, sir.
cleaning our shaving mirror, cleaning our vehicle mirror. We have an inner mirror in our mind.
Yes, sir.
That mirror is impure every day. We are not taking any cleanliness. We have no understanding how to clean. We are going different sides in the world to clean our inner mirror. Nobody from outside will come to you clean your inner mirror. You are the responsible person to clean your inner mirror because It is in our brain. It is not in the outside. Just like if you have a shirt, it may be useful for cleaning,
Yes,
but
sir.
it is the brain cells.
Yes.
That's why you have to, your soul has to aware, watch your inner memory that is there in the mirror of the mind. So if you observe your inner mirror memory or knowledge and everything, it may go to silent position in the brain cells. Then your mirror, inner mirror, your mind becomes very pure,
Yes.
very transparent. Then if you see on that position, the world will come with a true manner. You may get
Yes, sir.
more happiness. You may be very joyful. If you are not cleaning your inner awareness, automatically accumulate more impurity in the form of knowledge. So if you drive any vehicle with a dirty mirror, a mirror with so many colors, so we may commit accidents in the driving. So clean mirror is essential for driving. We may keep so much of luggage in our vehicle, that is not a problem. In the brain also, we have a sufficient place to keep memory, knowledge, information, thousands, crores of things. But the point is, you have to clean every day your inner mirror. Why you have to clean? You have to see external world. You have to see external world to function very effectively. That's why Adi Shankara is telling, meditation is the way of life. Meditation should be there. Meditation is a light for your soul. Watch constantly. You should be live with the constant awareness of your mind and external world. Then only you will live very happily. Subramanian garu.
Thank you very much, sir, for your
Welcome.
explanation. Very clear and neat explanation. Thank you very much, sir.
Welcome, Subramanian garu. Very happy to-
Both of you, congratulations for conducting this type of programs.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank
yes, yes.
Thank you, sir.
Preeta,
Okay.
Preeta Lakshmi ji, Emma madam, Srinivasal Reddy Anna. Anyone else? Okay, sir. Then I will ask lastly.
Ah.
Sir, if you go through many universities, the understanding level among the colleagues, it is not that way. Even though they are teaching critical thinking, creative thinking, everything, but they are not in a position to apply in their daily life. Why it is taking place, sir?
So, human being has to, according to E. Adi Shankara, and great understanding, human being has a two levels, two dimensions. One is the inner dimension, another is the outer dimension. The inner dimension is the dimension of the mind, the outer dimension is the dimension of the world. So here in the process of education, we may have different designations, but we are neglecting inner dimension. We are getting more focus on only outer dimension. So if you are knowing about your inner consciousness or soul or atma or jiva, if you know about the limitations, so if you know that you are not body, you are not mind, but the body and mind is a house for you, you may use, but your soul is a permanent, you are a light, you are a consciousness, you are a energy, you are a light. If you know about that, if you use the help of your soul, the soul is awareness. So intelligence comes from awareness. Intuition comes from awareness. If you use your soul or a consciousness or awareness relating with learning, education, profession, automatically they will get integrated knowledge. They may use knowledge outwardly with the extent manner. So lack of integrative outlook about the human being mind and the external world. So human beings are not developing their all-round skills in the life. Amresh sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your wonderful explanation
Amresh,
and
sir.
keynote address. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your wonderful answer. Finally, is there anyone else? If you have any queries, anyone?
Okay, Amresh
Thank
sir.
you, sir. Thank you, sir. With your permission, may I go for presentation, sir? Good evening to Professor Chinnaya,
Okay.
sir, and noble participants.
please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, critical thinking in
Yes, please move,
educational
Amresh sir.
research. Yes, sir.
Please move, Amresh sir.
Critical thinking in educational research, outline of the presentation as usual, introduction, learning outcome, and conclusion. Applying critical thinking in educational research. I would like to show one motivational video, how to be happy. 20th March, we are going to celebrate International Happiness Day. So last year also we organized wonderfully one international conference. This time also already I planned. I am going to share at the end of the program. I would like to share about the tomorrow's program also on the life lessons, great life lessons from Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Bharat Ratna Atal Bihari Vajpayee, the former Prime Minister of India. Oh, this one very nice video. How to be happy all the time.
Once upon a time, a monk was passing by a village. Just then, he saw that some men were working with stones. Monk went to a man working there and asked, "What is being made here?" The man replied angrily, "Don't you see that I am cutting stones?" Again monk asked, "Yes, I can see, but I am asking, what is being made here?" The man shouted, "I don't know. I am dying here working in heat, and you are worried about what will be made here. Just leave from here." Listening this, monk moved forward. He went to another man working there and asked, "What is being made here?" The man replied, "I am working for money. I will get some money as a daily wages, and that's what matters to me. I have no idea what is being made here." The monk moved forward. He saw another man working there. Monk went to him and asked, "What is being made here?" The man smiled and replied, "We are making temple here." Monk asked, "You look so happy. Don't you feel tired working here on such a hot day?" Man replied, "No, I don't feel tired." Then he continued, "There is no big temple in this village, and because of that, people of this village had to go to another village to pray and celebrate. I also belong to this village. When I hit stone with a chisel, I hear melodious music in the sound of that hit of chisel. I feel bliss. I imagine that after few days, when temple construction will be completed and ready to be worshipped, fair will be held here, and people of this village will be able to come here for singing prayers. When I think that, how much happiness will it bring to people who will coming here, then all this work does not feel like a work to me. I feel like I am having a fun. I find this work as a service to Almighty. When I go home in the evening, I feel satisfied. I sleep at night with imagination of temple and wake up in the morning with enthusiasm and rush here to carve pillars for the temple. Sometimes I start singing devotional songs while working. I have never enjoyed working so much in my life." After listening to the man, the monk smiled, tapped the man on his shoulder, and left from there. On the way, he was thinking, this is the secret of happy life. It is just difference of thinking and opinion only. Someone is considering the work as a burden and spending whole life complaining and wailing, while someone is enjoying life by considering the same work as a fun and pleasure. If we see in our lives, we will find that this life can be filled with happiness. Most of the people in the world do their work unwillingly and without interest. And for this reason, neither their work is done properly, nor do they get pleasure in doing so. Such people can never become successful in their lives. On the other hand, those who do their work with great interest and enthusiasm, not only their work is done perfectly, but also they get pleasure in doing so. We should remember that work is our worship. A person who does not do his work with interest and enthusiasm cannot progress even in meditation. Because when you make a habit of doing your every work with interest and enthusiasm, then you will also do meditation with interest and enthusiasm. And if you can do this, then you can go much deeper in meditation. Apart from that, doing any work carefully and happily is a meditation itself. Meditation does not mean just sitting cross-legged and watching your breath. Rather, doing any work carefully is also a meditation. Because when we do something with interest, we do it carefully. And when we do something carefully, then we get more and more focused on that work. And when our mind is completely focused on some work, then we start having less thoughts in our mind. And slowly, our mind reaches a thoughtless state. And when there are less thoughts in your mind, you will start feeling joyful. And that is a state of meditation. Therefore, always remember that doing any work with interest and enthusiasm is no less than meditation. Doing your work with interest and enthusiasm will not only take you to the height of success only in this material world, but also in the spiritual world. Therefore, in whatever field you work, just do your work with interest and enthusiasm, and you will find that every day of your life will be filled with abundance of happiness.
Very nice video. It shows the way of thinking, our ways of thinking. It is our duty, the pension. The same type of work, but people felt differently. The critical thinking is the right solution, is the right way how to deal the task, how to treat the people, when to do, what to do, why to do, whom to do, how to do. The Einstein, hard work may be, it is very, very useful and success mantra. Intelligence fails sometimes, but hard work may not be. So some intelligent people maybe fail in there, but those who are doing really hard work with wisdom, with the critical thinking, with the creative thinking, never fail. So imagination, Einstein's imagination is everything.
Imagination is more important than knowledge. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. There is perhaps no stronger trait that one could have than that of a strong imagination. Imagination is everything, because without it, we cannot create anything new. Imagination is the preview of life's coming attractions, because without it, we are guaranteed to repeat the same patterns, make the same mistakes, and live the same life over and over again. With it, there are no limits. There's no limit to what we could attempt, no limit to how high we could soar, how big we could dream. Sure, our dreams might end in the dust, but what if they don't? Would you rather live having tried to reach the life you want, or die with regret? We need to let go of our need to fit into this small box society placed us in. And we must imagine the life we really want. Then, when we are certain what that life is, we have to go for it. We only get one shot at this miracle of human life. Live it fully and exactly how you want. Sure, we all have dreams. The problem is, most people stuff their dreams in the closet when things get hard. When life presents challenges, most people turn to what they know. They turn to what is easy. But the easy road and the known will never lead you to your dreams. There are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other, as though everything is a miracle. He who can no longer pause to wonder and stand wrapped in awe is as good as dead. His eyes are closed. It really is that simple. It really is a choice. No matter the circumstance of our life, we can choose to see everything around us as a miracle. The very fact that we are here in a human body is said to be a 1 in 400 trillion chance. Very few of us believe we are a walking miracle. Sadly, so many people are walking around living in their head, pessimistic of the future and bitter from the past, so much so that they are missing the miracles in the present. Open your eyes and open your heart to the magic all around you, the miracle of human and animal life, the miracles of nature, the miracle of you and what you're really capable of when you let go of caring what other people think of you. Choose from this very moment on in your life to seek and find the miracles around you. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. Albert Einstein. They say the only things guaranteed in life are death and taxes. You can add to that list the impossibility to please everyone. The simple fact is, when you want to change, as in when you want to better your life, there will be opposition. And unfortunately, that opposition is most likely to come from people close to you. Many people won't like your advancement because it will remind them of their lack of it. Many people won't agree with your direction because it will remind them of their lack of it. No matter what or who the opposition, you must stay true to you and true to what is right. Do the right thing by others, and most importantly, by yourself. Those who matter will come around eventually, and those who don't matter. Live your life with purpose, intention, full of spirit, and make no apologies to mediocre minds for dreaming and living big. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Yes, we must dream big. Yes, we must try new things. But if life is not going the way you planned, perhaps it is time to try a different approach. You don't need to change your goal, but you might need to change the road you take to get to it. Never stop learning and developing yourself. You will find a way. A person who never made a mistake, never tried anything new. The fact that you're committed to grow, learn more, and be more almost guarantees you will make mistakes and fail somewhere, somehow along the way. Remember, it is only considered a failure, though, if you give up. Keep at it. Learn the lesson and allow it to serve you. Don't let anyone discourage you because of mistakes. It is a guaranteed trait of all winners and curious seekers. Learn from yesterday. Live for today. Hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. I have no special talents. I am only passionately curious. Never stop questioning everything in your life. Be so present and in touch with yourself that you can feel when it's time for change. Never lose that childlike curiosity to learn more, develop more, and discover more. Never lose hope that your best is yet to come. Never lose that knowing that you are a miracle. Never lose that presence that not many people have. Strive not to be a success, but rather be of value. Add value wherever and whenever possible. Not just in your work life, but in all interactions with everyone. Then you will be a success. You will have more riches than money can buy.
Right. So imagination is higher than the logic and reasoning. We are planning to organize one program on imagination. Let's concentrate on critical thinking at present. So critical thinking is not only thinking, it is listening, explanation, flexibility, research, analysis, evaluation, objectivity, and fairness. Some other authors may say it is a clarity, question, identify, analyze, evaluate, and create. Again, critical thinking is a manner of thinking that employs curiosity. In imagination is also, curiosity is a part. Creativity is also a part of imagination and critical thinking, skepticism, analysis, and logic, where curiosity means wanting to learn. The children, they show curiosity. My niece and nephew, very cleanly I'm observing them. Small kids, but very curious. Creativity means viewing information from multiple perspectives. Skepticism means here maintaining a trust but verify mindset. These things I really have I observed from Professor Chinnai sir. Trust is there, at the same time the verify mindset, what is right, what is wrong. Simply listening someone, sir, never share, as it is after thorough verification only, sir. So recently what happened, the government of Andhra Pradesh, maybe a fake news forwarded in the social network, they enhanced the superannuation retirement age of all the state employees, but it was a fake. After some time, sir told this information is wrong. So we can trust, but at the same time, mindset, verify mindset is very important. Analysis means systematically examining and evaluating evidence. Logic, reaching well-founded conclusions. Yes, why you are not able to do this one? We have logical thinking. Dr. Srutasini Gogoi madam, younger son, almost 4 to 5 years, everything he has a very logic to say, to do something, to not to do something. Very nice, really wonderful. So the small kids, it's he has a good cognitive skills. So critical thinking, what is the critical thinking? Within 2 minutes, you can understand in simple terms. Critical thinking in philosophy also we are using in everywhere in our daily life. Now is the time of critical thinking.
Critical thinking is a term that gets thrown around a lot. You've probably heard it used often throughout the years, whether it was in school, at work, or in everyday conversation. But when you stop to think about it, just what exactly is critical thinking? And how do you do it? Simply put, it's the act of deliberately analyzing information so that you can make better judgments and decisions. It involves using things like logic, reasoning, and creativity to draw conclusions and generally understand things better. This may sound like a pretty broad definition, and that's because critical thinking is a broad skill that can be applied to so many different situations. You can use it to prepare for a job interview, manage your time better, make decisions about purchasing things, and so much more. Now, as humans, we are constantly thinking. It's something we can't turn off. But not all of it is critical thinking. No one thinks critically 100% of the time. That would be pretty exhausting. Instead, it's an intentional process, something that we consciously use when we're presented with difficult problems or important decisions. In order to become a better critical thinker, it's important to ask questions when you're presented with a problem or a decision before jumping to any conclusions. You can start with simple ones like, what do I currently know? And how do I know this? These can help to give you a better idea of what you're working with and, in some cases, simplify more complex issues. Let's take a look at how we can use critical thinking to evaluate online information. Say a friend of yours posts a news article on social media and you're drawn to its headline. If you were to use your everyday automatic thinking, you might accept it as fact and move on. But if you were thinking critically, you would first analyze the available information and ask some questions. What's the source of this article? Is the headline potentially misleading? What are my friends' general beliefs, and do they inform why they might have shared this? After analyzing all of this information, you can draw a conclusion about whether you think the article is trustworthy. Critical thinking has a wide range of applications in the real world. It can help you to make better decisions, become more hireable, and generally help you to better understand the world around you.
Right. Again, critical thinking, many researchers, they define the critical thinking in different way. It is our duty to understand. In social sciences, there is no single definition.
It can be observed that some people confused critical thinking with logic or logical thinking. They often thought that to have critical thinking means to be argumentative or critical of other people's ideas. However, critical thinking does not only involve analyzing arguments and determining their validity. Critical thinking is more than being argumentative or critical of other people's ideas. So, what is critical thinking and how does it differ from logic or logical thinking? On the one hand, logic as a specific branch of philosophy is defined as the science of the correct processes of thinking. In particular, logic deals with arguments and their validity. Hence, when one is doing logic in a philosophical manner, one is necessarily dealing with the principles that govern the validity of arguments. That is, whether a certain conclusion follows from given premises. Let us consider this example. Any person who is a member of a labor union is a troublemaker. Fred is a member of a labor union. Therefore, Fred is a troublemaker. Now, if we determine the validity of this argument using the principles in logic, then we are doing logical thinking. This is precisely the business of logic in general. And for more detailed discussion on the nature, meaning, and dynamics of logic, please refer to our other whiteboard edition titled, What is Logic? On the other hand, critical thinking is understood as the ability to analyze objectively a given fact or issue to form a sound judgment. In other words, critical thinking is a cognitive skill which includes questioning, analyzing, criticizing, synthesizing, evaluating, and judging ideas or information gathered from or generated by observation, experience, reflection, reasoning, or communication. Critical thinking, therefore, is the ability to think clearly and rationally, and it must be noted that logic is just a useful tool in critical thinking. Let us consider an example of a situation that involves or demands critical thinking. Robert's wife is suffering from an ectopic pregnancy. In an ectopic pregnancy, the fetus developed outside the uterus, usually in the fallopian tube. As is well known, if the fetus is not aborted, then eventually, as the fetus grows, the fallopian tube will explode, causing death to both the mother and the fetus. If aborted, the fetus will obviously die, but at least the mother is saved. However, Robert and his wife are devout Catholics, and they are convinced that abortion is absolutely immoral. Indeed, Robert and his wife are faced with a huge moral dilemma. But of course, Robert and his wife have to make a decision whether to undergo abortion or not. Here, Robert and his wife have to make a conscious effort to weigh things out. They need to evaluate the situation holistically and even question their deep-seated Christian belief system. Indeed, they need to think clearly and rationally so they may be able to come up with a sound judgment and eventually solve the problem systematically. As we can see, while Robert and his wife may employ logical thinking in solving their problem, it is clear that the situation does not only involve evaluating arguments. The situation goes beyond the bounds of logic. For sure, the situation also involves thinking about thinking. That is, questioning one's own thoughts and belief system. Whatever decision Robert and his wife might arrive at, whether to resort to abortion or not, it is assumed that they question, analyze, criticize, synthesize, and evaluate the situation and make a sound, clear, and rational judgment at the end of the day. That's it for now. Thanks for visiting us today for another whiteboard discussion here at
Right.
Philo Notes.
Now you understood
trans-
how, based on situation, it is our duty to take decision by using the critical thinking. Critical thinking skills, that is an ability, observation, questioning, research, creating, and problem solving. Sometimes this is a part of life skills, part of soft skills. Critical thinking skills, observation, what you can observe. The ability to notice and predict opportunities, problems, and solutions. Opportunities, creative people, they never wait for some opportunities to given by someone. They create opportunities by himself or herself. Analyze, the gathering, understanding, and interpreting of data and other information. Sometimes primary data, secondary data, maybe a combination of primary and secondary, tertiary, and inference, drawing conclusion based on relevant data, information, and personal knowledge and experience. Every person has a own knowledge, previous knowledge, past experience. Sometimes after observing something, this place is not good for to stay, this water is not good to drink, these people are is not good to believe. So you have, because of your experience, communication, sharing and receiving information with others, verbally, non-verbally, and in writing. After entering into administration, I'm learning many things every moment, every certain things you can write, certain things you can talk. You can't do everything writing at the same time everything talking. Sometimes if you talk, it creates problems. Sometimes you need in written form. So when, what if, that's why what to do, when to do, why to do, whom to do, how to do, very, very important. Communication, which format you want. If someone is allocated, so we are dealing these things. Sometimes without communication, some things happen because of the decision, some others may be suffer. So your single decision maybe affects millions of people also. Just an example of Ukraine and Russia. Because of NATO membership of Russia, Ukraine proposal, the whole, because once it become a NATO, the whole NATO army, they can come and stay any place of Ukraine. It creates problem for Russia. This is the reason behind Vladimir Putin is thinking it is not good, because neighbors, what to do, what not to. In general, we are forgetting about neighbors and always depending on far away from our own place and people. That's why even the same situation between China and Taiwan also. Problem solving, the process of gathering, analyzing, and communicating information to identify and troubleshoot solutions. What happened in Afghanistan, everyone knows. I don't want to mention the name of the country. So once the time over, people will leave. So you are the one to take care about yourself. You are the one to take care of your own people. Just before attending our program, I watched one small video related King Lion. So wonderful. That's actually animation movie. How nicely the king duty to serve others, not expecting from others. The same way, those who are real people, good people, they're supposed to do good for others, not expecting something from others. The critical thinking is a reasoning, evaluating, problem solving, decision making, analyzing. This is just a part. Problem solving, research, questioning, creating, critical evaluation, negotiation. Negotiation is always in a verbal form, so no need to write everything. Sometimes if you negotiate based on your unstructured interview, no need of structured or semi-structured, unstructured interview based on their questions. So you can what to ask, what not to ask, also everything you can think. Critical thinking is for those who have the critical thinking. We can call them as a critical thinker. P.V. Narasimha Rao, Pranab Mukherjee, APJ Abdul Kalam, all this, and Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, present Prime Minister, Narendra Modi ji, former Prime Minister, first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Indira Gandhi ji, all these have extraordinary critical thinking. They are critical thinkers. Critical thinker, the first one, open to new information, seeks and considers alternative hypotheses. Those who are not creative, they go only one way, this way means this way. So his or her duty to think differently. Those who have divergent thinking, they are more creative. Critical thinkers are aware that stress and the opinions of others can distort thinking. So sometimes closed mindset. You want to do like this, like that only. They don't want to beyond, out of the box. Though critical thinkers, they always think beyond the box. Creative thinkers always think beyond the box. Critical thinkers able to consider information from multiple sources, even from those that are difficult. Sometimes if you see the enemies also, they have equal great respect. We have best example Rajputs, Aurangzeb, and many other things. Critical thinkers, self-aware, self-reflection, active listeners, and empathetic. Critical thinkers are best listeners also. First, it is better to listen. So newly joined our registrar sir, Professor S. Dikshit sir, our director IQAC, and our this series of programs is the person behind. So sir took charge as a registrar. So he is the best good listener. Always ask, first listen, then you. So after listening everything very patiently, then only he starts talk. Critical thinkers able to recognize faculty thinking, here pseudo type of things, sometimes a negative, so pseudoscience and fraud and quackery and other elements of manufactured reality that reflect dominant discourse and not necessarily truth. And critical thinkers are able to conduct analysis, draw accurate conclusions, and articulate thoughts. These are all the qualities, characteristics of critical thinkers. What are some characteristics of critical thinkers? Whatever we are mentioning in text form, but in video, is also wonderful video. Whenever I'm sharing some videos, I always watch first before going to share with all of you.
In today's session, we will be answering the guiding question, what are some characteristics of critical thinkers? And more importantly, be thinking, how can I apply these characteristics to become a more critical thinker for my business, company, or organization? Critical thinking refers to the higher order thinking of evaluating and analyzing to be able to make decisions, determine solutions, and problem solve in situations. 4 characteristics of critical thinking are active listening, curiosity, self-discipline, and humility. It's true, the best communicators are active listeners. What does it mean to practice active listening? It means listening to understand, taking nonverbal cues, slowing down and practicing silence, training your mind not to be distracted, withholding judgment, avoiding interruptions, and asking deeper questions. Now it's your turn. What is one area in which you could improve your active listening skills? Jot it down on a sticky note and practice that skill throughout the remainder of this session. Curiosity is yet another skill in developing critical thinking. When we are curious, the brain is primed to learn and retain information. A study published in the October 2014 issue of the journal Neuron suggests that the brain's chemistry changes when we become curious, helping us better learn and retain information. However, we often resist curiosity because it takes courage to not know. Choosing to be curious is choosing to be vulnerable because it requires us to surrender to uncertainty. It wasn't always a choice. We were born curious. But over time, we learn that curiosity, like vulnerability, can lead to hurt. As a result, we turn to self-protecting, choosing certainty over curiosity, armor over vulnerability, and knowing over learning. Brené Brown speaks to this in her book, Dare to Lead, when she discusses why many of us are afraid to be curious as a form of defensiveness. Having to be the knower or always being right is heavy armor that often leads to distrust, bad decisions, and unnecessary, unproductive conflict. When I feel myself reaching for my favorite armor, perfectionism, anger, being the knower, trying to control, emotional intensity, or getting critical, I try to remember that the antidote to armoring up is staying curious, which is a characteristic of critical thinking. When you are curious, one question leads to another question. Curiosity is about listening and asking the right questions, because the right questions will lead to solutions. The curiosity creativity cycle. Tell me more is a great phrase to use in workplace conversations to practice curiosity. In the context of solving problems, failure to be curious often results in poor solutions. Curiosity means focusing on the nature of the problem before even considering a solution. It often reroutes blame so that a solution can be met through a more positive approach with the power of the whole team. Curiosity and knowledge building grow together. The more we know, the more we want to know. It's part of the growth mindset, the approach outlined in Carol Dweck's groundbreaking book, Mindset, The New Psychology of Success, How We Can Learn to Fulfill Our Potential. Now it's your turn. What is one way that you can adopt a more curious approach to a problem you are facing in your workplace? Pause the video and jot down what comes to mind. Reasoning and rationale are often associated with self-discipline. Critical thinking is a self-disciplined and self-guided action. Critical thinkers don't jump to conclusions. An important step in problem solving as a critical thinker is taking the time to acquire the necessary information and know the facts. Critical thinking requires the individual to use their own reasoning skills and have the ability to evaluate and reflect. Reflective thinking questions include: what was easy? What was hard? How are you doing it? What did I learn? What are you working on? And how will you use it in the future? It takes discipline to stop and slow down to consider these things. Your turn. Pause the video and choose one of these questions to answer about a recent or current task and write it down. Take the time to invest in the process of being more disciplined right now. The final characteristic of a critical thinker we will investigate in today's session is humility. Humility is the opposite of arrogance. Humility relates to having an open mind. To be receptive to new ideas or opinions, the critical thinker would have to be modest of their own opinion. It means admitting your mistakes. It means practicing gratitude, appreciating others, and thanking others for their help. It also means not letting success go to your head. Being humble allows you to accept and see information in a way that is not filtered through your ego. Humble people are open-minded. Open-mindedness is the virtue by which we learn. In particular, being open-minded means taking into account relevant evidence or arguments to revise a current understanding. It means being critically open to alternatives, willing to think about other possibilities even after having formed an opinion, and not allowing preconceived notions or bias to constrain or inhibit reflection on newly presented information. Sometimes open-mindedness means stepping out of your comfort zone, which is a key component to critical thinking. Basically, this concept involves seeing information or circumstances from a different perspective. In critical thinking and problem solving, we sometimes have to get out of the areas or zones that make us comfortable and stretch our thinking. This makes us more adaptable and more able to embrace change. Humility leads to adaptation, being flexible and open-minded to change. The question in today's culture is not will change occur in our organization, but how well our employees are adapting to that change. Seth Godin, in his book, Linchpin, Are You Indispensable?, articulates that employees protect themselves from becoming obsolete by changing. Adaptation is a survival skill of nature. The species which survive in an environment are those that are capable of adapting well. Often an obstacle to change is fear. Fear can be addressed by being ready for changes as they come. And when you are a critical thinker, you are ready for changes because you've been looking for them all along. Often critical thinkers are the change or the changers in an organization, since they have been putting into practice the characteristics we've discussed in this session. Actively listening, asking the right curious questions, having been disciplined to reflect on what is going on, and having the humility to see things from others' perspectives. The facilitator of change is readiness. To improve the readiness level of employees, sometimes it's helpful to initiate change gradually and allow empathy to guide you. Connecting with others and addressing what people's fears may be in regards to the change shows them that you care. With that being said, now it's your turn. What change or changes do you see in the present or near future that will affect you and or your employees? How can you be more ready and be able to adapt to these changes? The first step in adapting is to recognize that a change is necessary. That's awareness. Pause the video and write down your thoughts in regards to potential changes you see in the current or foreseeable future. Are you aware of them? Are you ready? Make a short list of some ways to better prepare for what may be to come. The best practices of a critical thinker have been paired with the application questions that you've been answering throughout this session. Active listening. What is the area you chose to improve your active listening skills? Curiosity. What is one way that you will adopt a more curious approach to a problem you are facing in your workplace? Self-discipline. What question did you ask yourself and answer about a specific task or project you're working on to practice the self-discipline skill of reflection? Humility. What is a list that you came up with of ways to better adapt and prepare for the current changes or ones that you can see coming in the future? What did you learn? What were your biggest takeaways from this session? Consider sharing what you've learned with a colleague or teammate to actuate the application of this session.
Very nice video. And now our duty to how to sharpen your critical thinking. After this, we are going to have critical thinking in education and research. Sharpen your critical thinking.
We're lucky to live in an age where the sum total of human knowledge is pretty much available at the click of a button. We've never had access to so much information, but not all of what's out there is quite what it seems. So here's a few strategies to navigate your way through and avoid falling out with people along the way. We all enjoy that sweet dopamine hit of feeling like we're right. In repeated experiments, psychologists have shown we're much more likely to accept something as evidence if it confirms what we already think we know, and much more likely to discount information if it contradicts our views. It's what's known as confirmation bias. It's one of the key cognitive biases that humans have, and operates at an unconscious level, affecting our ability to process information. This is especially true for issues which are emotionally charged, or where our views are deeply held. But it can come into play at any time. So don't rush to decide and be actively prepared to change your mind. So many of our discussions take place on social media platforms where algorithms reward our desire to see and hear our views confirmed. But in life, most situations are nuanced and complicated. Acknowledging that can enrich the way that we view the world. For example, what color is the sky? Well, the obvious answer is blue. But at sunrise or sunset, it can be red. On a cold, misty morning, white or grey. At night, midnight blue or black. But imagine for a moment the blue of the sky on a sunny day. Is it really blue? The colour blue has a short wavelength, meaning it scatters more than other colours, making it more visible to the human eye. So the sky looks blue to us humans, even though there's a whole spectrum of colours out there. Even something that seems totally self-evident can be more nuanced than you think. One approach to, well, arguing, is to let go of the idea of being right, or at least seriously consider that you might actually be wrong. Putting yourself in the other person's shoes can lead to much more productive outcomes. Really try to understand where the other person is coming from. It's what's called intellectual empathy. It can be challenging, but that's the point. This can only work when both parties are engaging in good faith. Arguing just to waste somebody's time, known online as sea lioning, not only makes you that guy or girl people avoid at parties, but we are intellectually, socially, and politically worse off for it. It's more important than ever to know where your information is coming from. That sciencey looking graph about the dangers of feral Dalmatian puppies might look very convincing until you dig a little deeper and find it was commissioned by fur coat coveting Disney villain Cruella de Vil. Be on the lookout for ulterior motives and vested interests. Becoming literate in the basics of scientific methodology, the use of data and the way it's presented are all weapons in your arsenal when it comes to critical thinking. Whether engaging in online debates or arguing with Uncle Frank, it's very easy to lose our cool and resort to some less than sound tactics. One common tactic is what philosophers call the straw man fallacy. Instead of engaging with the actual belief, you engage with a caricature. For example, if I said, I prefer hamsters to gerbils, you might respond, oh, so you want to drown all gerbils? A viewpoint that's much easier to take down. Another fallacy is the ad hominem fallacy, where you discount an argument because of your opinion of the person making it. This can lead to ad hominem attacks, which is basically Latin for name-calling. In that situation, it's fair to say that everybody loses. Engaging in critical thinking isn't as fun as picking up a pitchfork or feeling like you're fundamentally right, but in the long run, it leads to a more curious, educated, and harmonious society, which ultimately is the biggest win of all. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that, be sure to check out these videos next. And if you haven't already,
Why there is a need of critical thinking? Why is critical thinking important? It helps to improve decision making and it enhances problem solving ability. It refines your research skills. It polishes your creativity. It stimulates your curiosity. And it is a flexible listening. Already I mentioned this one, research, analysis, evaluation, objectivity, and fairness. The characteristics of curiosity, it makes a person philosophical and helps him to analyze something. So to analyze something, everyone, they need critical thinking for the better solution. It helps a person to choose between right and wrong and true and false. It was to increase the questioning skills and motivate the person to get more and more information. Now you came to know why Professor Chennai sir is always asking question because of this critical thinking. Critical thinking helps a person to take accurate decision, which leads him to the path of success in the future. Lastly, the critical thinking, through this thinking, creative qualities start developing in the person. Actually, this is one of the best program, but I don't want to take more time. The importance of critical thinking in research students and research, always it is a higher order. Why, how is these two are a higher order? So what in general the preliminaries, so what. So why and how the critical thinking will concentrate. Role of critical thinking in education. When the teacher explains a topic carefully to the student, then questions like why, what, how, born in the minds of students. But when those students get the answer of why, what, and how, that is when he also collects all the data and information related to the topic. If they acquire knowledge, then they start to understand all the untold things related to the topic as well as its emotional aspects. And this process of their learning develops critical thinking in them. Critical thinking helps to start understanding the different between right and wrong and true and false in general, which always leads them toward path of success. It helps the students in their problem solving process and make them curious to get complete knowledge on any topic. So curiosity may help critical thinking, and critical thinking helps curiosity. So vice versa. What we can do in research? So how you can use critical thinking in academic research or educational research? So there are three ways to judge here critical thinking in research. Right. So this one I'm going to share my PPT with through my blog, Critical Thinking in Academic Research. Luckily, I got this book free of cost in internet, so I can show you. Ministrated here, University Press book. This is Critical Thinking in Academic Research. 290 pages book. Very nice book. I'm going to share through my blog. I think I can share again. Sometimes whether you are seeing or not, I don't know. Yes. So this is critical thinking. When you click, it will download. Already I downloaded. So there are varieties of books. If you see press, XML or digital PDF, when you click, it will open here digital PDF. All contents here. Very nicely they are giving what is critical thinking. So you can read by yourself. So very nice. Whenever this book is a CC by here, we can Creative Commons under license. CC by means we can share as it is without any modification, share alike. So this is about, and at the end, we can critical thinking in a research. So all these are all my models. Now over to Professor Chinnaya sir.
Congratulations, Amresh sir, for your nice presentation.
Thank
Very good. Very good, Amresh sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So with your permission, may I go for a vote of thanks, sir?
Okay. Please move, Amresh sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So it gives me immense pleasure to express my gratitude to my own teacher, philosopher, guide, and collaborator, Professor P. Chinnaya sir, for wonderful keynote address, Adi Shankara quality. Even I read so many things about Adi Shankaracharya. Professor Chinnaya sir is an extraordinary philosopher, educationalist, and social science, all topics related to social sciences, including technology also, sir can share. There are a number of ways. So, they're always learning, never stop learning, be curious to learn, just like a child, enjoy every moment. That video also shows our perception is we're supposed to change. So sometimes whenever you are doing extraordinarily, some problems arise, it is our duty to think differently. So myself also, whenever I have some decision-making problems, immediately approach Professor Chinnaya sir. I can narrate without hiding anything, whether positive or negative. So I don't want to disclose everything. We need a reliable people to take this decision or suggestion. So Professor Chinnaya sir is one of the best teacher and guide philosopher. Sir, we are really grateful to you, sir, having a teacher like you. Without your support, it is not possible for us to organize this n number of programs. Even one day before, I decided yesterday only, because I was out of station for 3 days, Manipur, and I came back, concentrated academic and administrative. So even though, sir, tomorrow's program is on great life lessons from Bharat Ratna Atal Bihari Vajpayee, extraordinary Prime Minister, the best parliamentarian we can going to learn. We are grateful to Professor Prabhasankar Sukla sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor.
Okay, all the best, Amresh sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Professor S. Dikshit sir, Registrar and Director IQAC, Professor Mipun sir, ISTD Chairman, Professor Mitali Kaur ma'am, Dr. Srutaswini Gogoi madam, Professor Raja Reddy sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor Venkateswara University, and Nobel participants Pavan sir, Dr. Subramanian sir, and others for your active participation. Thank you very much. Again, see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. On 20th March, Monday, we are going to organize our international conference on happiness. So I'm going to share both the information after the program. Thank you very much, one and all. Now, national anthem, immediately I can share feedback form. You will get your certificate.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Jai Hind, thank you. Please submit your feedback form and you will get your certificate immediately. I'm closing the meeting. No one can join now onwards. Yeah, please. YouTubers also, please submit your feedback form.